Hi, my name is Jalen Castillo Guerrero, and I'm going to talk to you guys about nonverbal communication. Imagine you're walking towards a podium. You turn around, and there are hundreds of people. In that moment, what could our body be telling them? Are we silent? Nervous? Anxious? Well, we might not be saying anything, but our bodies are actually saying many things. 93% of our emotional expressions that we give off actually convey the message to our peers. Communication can be divided into four different categories: aesthetics, which includes creative expressions; physical communication, which includes facial expressions and bodily movement; signs, such as a stop sign or a street light; and symbols, such as our social status and material possessions. The location that I chose for my presentation was my local Sam's Club. I went on April 4th of 2018 between the times of 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The first group of people that I observed were a black male and Hispanic female, both believed to be in their mid-50s. While observing these people, I saw that they used a great amount of facial expressions. We can see here that the lady on the left has a sort of smile on her face, and while she's talking, to make herself feel comfortable, she moves her hands around. And the guy on the right has a smile on his face, meaning that when they were talking, they enjoyed each other's company and weren't afraid or weren't bothered by someone coming into their personal space. The next group of people that I observed were a black male, believed to be in his mid-30s. While I observed him, I kind of saw that he had a slouched posture and at times was kind of doubting himself. Throughout the period of me observing him, he was talking to an associate, and he really wasn't clear about what he was trying to communicate towards the other person. He seemed kind of distant and kind of sad. His facial expressions were kind of droopy, and his you can see in his eyes that he had been crying before, so that can sort of tell me that he might have been going through a rough time. The next group of people that I observed were a black and Hispanic males. They were both believed to be in their mid-50s, and they were really confident about themselves. We can tell that they had a really good social status, and while they were talking, they used a great amount of hand gestures. While observing them, I could see that they were enjoying each other's company because of the way that they expressed themselves through their facial expressions. This next group of people that I also observed were two Hispanic females believed to be friends, both in their mid-40s and mid-20s. While I observed them from afar, I saw that while they were talking to each other, they kind of seemed stressed, maybe due to the amount of work that they were given. And we can see that in their face. The lady on the left side had kind of a droopy face, while her eyes seemed tired and heavy, while the lady on the right was trying to comfort her through whatever she might have been going through, maybe stress or something going on at home. But as I observed them, they kind of had each other's back, and that's pretty cool. This other group of people that I observed were two black female women, both believed to be in their mid-40s, and while they were talking to each other, they kind of enjoyed each other's company. At first, they were kind of tense because the lady on the right just walked up to the lady on the left, and she kind of became territorial. And as they were talking, that tension loosened up, and they basically began to talk even more. And this last group of people that I observed were two Hispanic women, both believed to be in their mid-50s. The lady in the purple shirt seemed kind of isolated and separated from the world. She was mostly on her phone, and while someone tried to ask her a question, she kind of moved away from them. So that kind of gave me the vibe of her. Maybe she was isolated when she was younger, so she kind of didn't become more involved with other people. So as someone came up to her, she kind of didn't know what to do, and she most likely wanted to be by herself. The references that I used were the textbook Looking In, Looking Out, the 15th edition by Russell F. Proctor and Ronald B. Adler. Thank you and have a wonderful day.